Welcome back to NBA Cinema. So we have Kevin Durant on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, going at Stephen A. Smith again, and he's been embroiled in some conflicts with Keyshawn Johnson, Shannon Sharp, you name it, even Michael Rappaport. Kevin Durant will get at you on Twitter, and we know that at this point. But Stephen A. Smith said something today on First Take that caught his attention. He doesn't believe that a team led by Kevin Durant can get over that hump. And if you look back, Kevin Durant in OKC, he was one of the leaders along with Russell Westbrook. He goes to Golden State, and that narrative starts, right? He gets his championships that way. Even though he won finals MVPs, that was still viewed as Steph Curry's team, rightfully so. And then, he goes to Brooklyn, and that whole thing happens with Kyrie Irving. Now he's with, he's with the Suns, and a narrative is out there about him that he cannot be that guy that leads you to the promised land. Let's listen to exactly what Stephen A. Smith said, and we're going to get to KD's responses on social media.
This is what we're not going to do. We're not going to look at Kevin Durant and just measure him in terms of just his talent. It's what ability you have to peel out of others. And his resume, much to the chagrin of his loved ones and various others in his inner circle, and they've gotten at me over the years, not in a very flattering fashion about the things that I've had to say, and I accept it. If you said to me, it's a game 7, it's a game 1, it's a game 5, I don't give a damn what it is. Kevin Durant's gonna show up and he's gonna ball out. But does he get the others around him to do it? Not only does he not do it, he doesn't feel the level of responsibility I think he should feel in getting it out of them. It's like I did my job. I can't help it if somebody else isn't doing their job. Well, to some degree you can. When you're that great and you warrant that much respect and that much deference and reverence, you should be able to be a better leader than he has shown. And because that hasn't been the case, whether it was in Oklahoma City, whether it was later on in Brooklyn, why am I going to believe that that's something that you can do in Phoenix? Okay? But if I need somebody that's leading my locker room, that's going to galvanize the troops around me to maximize whatever potential we have, that is where history has shown he has fallen short.
And so Kevin Durant, in true Kevin Durant fashion, will go in the comment section and he will respond. He would say, I would disagree, Stephen. I will argue passionately that my intangibles have always been on par with my talent. And he would continue arguing with different fans. In the comment section, he said, respectfully, you don't know what it takes to be in my shoes, so you have zero clue about superstar responsibilities. You are making an educated guess, which you're entitled to, but you're 1,000,000% wrong. And it's okay. That's why the teacher is here to correct you. And also, he continues to respond. He says, brother, respectfully, you've never been in a gym with me to know if I need to speak up or not. You're just guessing with no information on the subject. Be better. So Kevin Durant, in true Kevin Durant fashion, is calling out the fans like he does often. And Stephen A. Smith starting this narrative after one game. I'm not sure what he hopes to get out of that, but he will respond. He says to Kevin Durant, and I would argue passionately that very little compares to your obvious greatness as a talent, including those intangibles, respectfully. So, Stephen A. Smith and Kevin Durant have this love hate relationship. Obviously, Mama Durant has got at Stephen A. in the past for talking about her son. And I would argue, Kevin Durant, just as a leader, I guess we don't know what that looks like in a good light since OKC, right? And one could argue that was always Russell Westbrook if you look back on it now, and just him staying and embracing the young guys in OKC back then. Then when they traded for PG and all of them, OKC will always love him. But KD, you look at his stop in Golden State from a basketball standpoint, if it wasn't about proving something, he would have stayed there because there was no need to leave that situation. Now to be him and Steph, and they'll be in their older years still keeping each other afloat and have that continuity. So it was something in him that recognizes this thing that Stephen A. and others have said in the media. um, that he wants to. It's an itch he wants to scratch, right, with his competitive fire. But yeah, man. What do y'all think about this? What do you think about KD as a leader? Has it been proven over time that KD is just a hooper who doesn't lead the troops, or do you see it the other way? Do you see it as KD is just a silent leader and he leads with his play? Let me know in the comment section, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.